Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Hans with the Lennon Bus. We're on board, parked right outside the SAE Institute of downtown Los Angeles. And yes, it is that time of year. What time of year? It is Grammy time, and SAE does a really cool event known as the SAE Ultimate Grammy Experience, in which one lucky student, gets to go to the Grammys in a Phantom Rolls Royce, get a killer spot, gets a dinner taken care of, all of that stuff. And being that we love giving students amazing opportunities, we couldn't resist being a part of it. And those students are here right now. The winner has not been announced. That's not till later. So I'm gonna let them take it away. How are you guys doing today? Great. Right on. We're gonna start with Angel over here. Go ahead and give me an introduction of who you are, my man.
Well, my name is Angel Gonzalez. I'm 17 years old. I'm currently a senior in high school. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, and yeah.
Cool.
My name is Jamie Harrison. I'm 17 years old, also a high school senior, and I play a little bit of guitar and I sing as well.
My name is Shawnee Bennett. I am 16 years old. I'm a junior in high school, and I'm a vocalist. I love music.
Hi, my name is Couture Robinson Carr. I'm 17 years old, currently a senior in high school, ready to graduate, and I am a vocalist.
Awesome, and you guys are all excited to be here. Yes. I can tell, I can see it in your eyes. Awesome. Okay, well, you know what? Another really cool thing about today is that we actually have guest songwriter Toby Gad, who's worked with the likes of Beyonce, to Fergie, to Alicia Keys. Title credits include If I Were a Boy by Beyonce and Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. And we also have a guest artist from Interscope, Chelsea Williams. How are you two doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. We can't thank you guys enough for being part of this whole amazing experience.
Where does your inspiration come from? I've always wanted to know, like, you know, where everybody's inspiration, because I know mine is like from everyday life. Like, I can see a leaf on the ground and be like, oh, you know, leaves are green, and you know, that's how I write. And I just want to know what makes you guys feel motivated to want to write. And
I'm a similar way to you, where like the smallest thing can trigger a song for me, like, you know, the less gorgeous sunset, or, you know, but mostly I write about the emotions that I'm going through, whether they make sense or not.
Right.
With me, it's very much the interaction with people. I haven't written a song by myself I can't even think when I've written one, when I was a kid. I always write with people, and it's always like engaging into a conversation, and then until we find something that resonates and that matters, and then we have instruments around, and that sort of develops into a song. And quite often I don't even know what we're doing, and we always come out with a song. It's been last year and the year before 180 songs a year, so pretty much every, I don't know, three songs a week or 4 songs a week, and constantly going. And so eventually the songs also get better then.
Well, you're very good at pretending that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of like you find a little string and then you keep pulling on it and you just follow it until finally everything comes together. Yeah.
And then the dress comes.
Exactly.
I think for the longest time my dream was to have a hit and to have a Grammy, whatever. And now it's for me just to be happy with what I'm doing, and I have 2 daughters, and I've found a wife that I love very much, and to just continue doing what makes me happy and give where I can. And it's turned into that, and it's not so much I really need this next hit now. If you do that, I think it could choke you in a way.
Yeah, I was a similar way when I first started playing music. I had big dreams, and all I wanted to do was be famous. But then now I'm in a place where I'm just doing it for the love of it, you know? Like, no matter where I am or what I'm doing, I'm always going to play music. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think that should be the inspiration for anything in life. You should do it because it feels good doing it. And hopefully all of you find jobs or things later to do that really make you happy every day, because people can only be good in their job if they love what they're doing.
Yeah. Like, what is the most challenging experience you've had, like, in music? Like, just something you had to overcome throughout your whole music, career?
Growing up, I've been performing since I was about 13, and when I first started performing, had the worst stage fright ever. Like, I would literally freeze up, and like nothing would come out of my throat, and I would forget the words. One time I made up like all new words to a song on stage because I couldn't remember them. But I think, you know, I just kind of worked through that. I just forced myself to go on stage because I loved playing music so much, and I knew if I was gonna have a career at it, I had to get over it. So I just forced myself on stage as many times as possible till finally, you know, the fear went down a little bit. I still get nervous, but yeah.
Yeah, for me it's like whenever you want something really, really bad and then you finally arrive there and you have that chance, like when I had 2 days with Beyonce or when Shakira flew me up to her island and we worked together, like those moments are very, very challenging, and part of you wants to just sink in the floor and part of you says every second of this is what I've been living for. And like with Beyonce, I was lucky, we came out with If I Were a Boy. And with Shakira, I was not lucky. We wrote a song that didn't make the album, and I beat myself up for that one chance that I had that I could have made history with her.
I think the most important part is persistence through all of those struggles, though, because I truly believe if this is your passion and it's really what you love to do in your heart, that you can make it work if you just keep going.
It's got to come natural,
what.
though. It's got to be like an honest drive that this is really what you feel you want to do, even if everyone tells you it sucks, and if all the world's against you and you're still sitting there by yourself and writing a song, then obviously that's what you're meant to do.
Toby was saying there's a lot of rejection and there's a lot of people that will tell you you're no good or that they don't like your music. Even if you're awesome, even if you're like the best musician ever, you're gonna get somebody that's gonna tell you that they don't like it. And you know, it's just about being confident enough in yourself that you don't let anybody else shake you. And the way that I did that at first was I just lied to myself. And I was just like, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you're awesome, you're a great musician, you're awesome, as many times as it takes until you believe it, and then just go out and be awesome.
I'm a very bad liar. The fake it part never works for me.
Can't even lie to yourself.
It's kind of about trusting yourself, because sometimes there's a reason that you feel some way, even if you don't know what it is. Like sometimes there's a reason you love that song. It's because it's supposed to go on the album.
Yeah. And it's the odd songs. Like Hey There Delilah, it was on the previous album of that group, it was a bonus track. And then on the next album, it was the single. And then it was the biggest hit they've ever had. And that just happens.
That song was huge. Everybody was singing that song.
I wish I wrote that.
See, I thought you did. I was like, oh, okay.
No.
I had a question for Angel. When you just were on the bus 2 days ago, and at the end of the day, I remember talking to you about this, so I was like, what'd you learn today, man? He's like, dude, I learned that I could record tracks on top of each other and like arrange them any way I wanted. That's a really cool thing to come away from the bus realizing. Like we try to get every student on here leaving having known something that they'd never otherwise would have had the opportunity to learn. So how, like we're at SAE right now. We've traveled the country. This is one of the coolest schools to get into this business. Are you interested in, carrying on to go to school for this? What's your take? Are you going to school for performance? Where's your heart right now after your experience with the bus?
Well, my heart is all over the place. My heart is definitely set on music, but what section of music, that's the part that has me confused. Because, I have done performances, and I am in a band, and we do a lot of performances. We don't always get paid. We don't do it for the money, but we do it for the love of music and the love of entertainment. But I don't know, maybe songwriting, maybe production, I really don't know. After seeing the experience in the bus, seeing how you could produce songs over and over and over again, track over track over track. Before, I would just play rhythm, but seeing that you could record and then lay a solo over it or lay a lead over it, it really has me set all over the place.
So shall we listen to some of your things?
Before we do that, I just wanted to hit, because right now you're having that kind of conflict of where you want to go. Yeah. You're a senior in high school. It's an amazing point to be at. It's also scary. These guys, guess what? They've had that exact same feeling. Could you guys hit on that, and maybe how you got through it, or how you decided you wanted to get into songwriting, or how you decided you wanted to focus on performing?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's totally fine to not know it at this age. When I was your age, I didn't know either, and I wanted to be a singer. I recorded a record where I was a singer, and obviously I wasn't, but I just put a year into making it sound great with live musicians and produced as good as I could, and then I sent this to that record to London, to all the big managements, and they didn't respond. And then I flew to London and went to every door and rang the doorbell and said, did you get my demo? And then they told me no in the face, but at least I got to know management companies, and one thing always leads to another. And if you know music is like the language, the environment you want to be in, then it doesn't matter if you write, produce, be a musician, a singer, be a publisher, record label. There's a lot of things you can do in that field if your heart is with music. And it doesn't matter if you start out doing, I don't know, programming and then you segue to being a publisher and then it's all one thing.
So follow your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't doubt it. Ever.
Cool. How long did that take you?
The solo? Or right, it was just on the spot.
Cool. And who wrote the song?
All of us did. All 6 of us that were in the video, we all inputted into the song.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
And how did you do the writing? Everyone's just throwing ideas, or?
Actually, we started with chords first, which I think maybe that's the backwards way. Well, there is no right or wrong way, but
there isn't.
First we started with chords, and then she started singing like over it and thinking of ideas, and then that's how we came up with the basic outline of the song.
Any feedback you want to give?
Yeah. With me, I'm always very much into the lyric, and I think it's a fun lyric. I usually spend a lot of time on lyrics and dissect it until every word's amazing. But considering the time you had, I think you did really well.
Lyric influences. Yeah. Who are your lyric influences? Are they poets? Are they specific lyricists? Like, where do you get your inspiration from lyrically? It's
always a collaborative effort, and I always love the lyrics to really resonate or come from the artist I write the songs with. Like with Jessie J, when we wrote Who You Are, it's something that she sparked and we developed it together. Or Big Girl's Song Cry, Fergie wrote the verses, and on the chorus we sort of went line by line together, and it's very dear to her heart. It's a very authentic lyric. Or when we wrote If I Were a Boy, BC Jean and I were walking down the street, and she was angry at a boy, and she said, if I were a boy, I would kick his ass. And I said, wait a minute, if I were a boy? That sounds like a song title to me. Let's go back to the studio. So we went back, and then I just said, okay, if you were a boy, what would you do? And I've got the guitar out, and we just started getting material together of what would it be, really, that she would do. And so we just could, after like 2 hours, we pretty much had the song written. And
cool, you guys want to watch the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Hey, you Mr. Potato Head, sit down. I need you to write in your journal, make it happy.
Those ad-libs in the background. I wish I would hear your voice even closer.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit in the background, but feels like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved it. It felt, yeah. I love recording.
It sounded really great. I love that song. And then I loved like the dynamics that you worked into it, and your voice sounds awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool. Katora, I have no videos with you in them. Is there any questions you had as far as your own songwriting techniques? Any issues you've come across that you would want to ask them?
So I'm here today trying to find out what can I ask you to like that will make me like get back more into it, because like is leaving, and I don't want that.
Right.
I can only tell you to be honest to what you feel and what excites you and what makes you happy.
I've had periods of time where, you know, there are times in my life where I feel completely happy about music and really passionate about it, and there are times when I'm a little bit less passionate about it, and I find that those times are times of like self-doubt where I'm thinking like, I don't know if I can do this, and so there's always that to look at, but then it's also just like remembering what first sparked your interest in music. Maybe go back to like when you first got into music, the first music that you listened to. And that always gets me excited inside.
Sometimes those moments are great because they refocus you and they teach you to not continue that path, but only do things that actually make you feel unique again and give you that feeling like you've done something special.
Yeah, sometimes it's really great to kind of shake it up. Like sometimes I'll even just write a song on an instrument that I don't know how to play, and it comes up with a totally different style than I would normally play, and it's like almost as an inspiring thing to do. It does help. Experience is the best thing, so school or just record whenever you can.
Cool. How does seeing a school like this make you feel? Because I remember I went to a music production school just like this one, and when I walked through the halls, I remember just before I even went there, I was just so excited about being surrounded by studios and music. And how does a place like this, you guys have been in there, have you guys gotten to tour the facility yet? You guys just saw the studios and heard people playing. How does being in a place like this, an environment like this, make you feel?
The vibes are amazing. It's like, oh, everybody does what I do. Yippee! Yeah.
Does it reaffirm for you what you've chosen?
Yeah.
Good. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Good. I just want to take a second to thank you two so much, Toby Gad and Chelsea Williams. You guys have been awesome. We have one more treat. Chelsea's actually going to play a song.
Yay!
That's really cute.
Fortune teller, tell me a story about my life. Make it up if you have to, but tell me it'll be alright. Will I be playing for pennies on the sidewalk all my life? Or will I die with nothing but this guitar by my side? Tell me, will I travel the places I'm dreaming of? Discover the world and fall in love? Jump from a plane with a parachute on? Hear the radio play my song? Make it up if you have to, but don't tell me if I'm wrong. Fortune teller, maybe you've been sitting there for too long. Let me get you a lemonade and then we can carry on. Seems to me our crystal ball is a little fuzzy today, but don't you let that get in my way, 'cause I'm gonna travel the places I'm dreaming of, discover the world and fall in love, jump from a plane with a parachute on, hear the radio play my song. Make it up if you have to, but don't tell me if I'm wrong, 'cause I need the courage, I need the strength. I've been here for far too long. Give me a reason to leave this town before all my hope is gone. If freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, I'd rather have nothing and the freedom to choose. Give me something I can do, let me fly. 'Cause I'm gonna travel the places I'm dreaming of, discover the world and fall in love, jump from a plane with a parachute on, hear the radio play my song. Make it up if you have to, but don't tell me if I'm wrong.